Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Uddhav, and in this video we're going to see how to sketch human hair in basic understanding steps, which is easy for even someone who is just starting off with drawing. So I'm going to try to explain it in as easy language and instructions, I mean to say in easy steps as possible. So if you haven't watched my previous video on how to sketch a human eye, and that is also for the beginner level, please make sure you go and watch my previous video as well. And if you haven't followed me on social media, please make sure you follow. All the links are given in the description of this video. Also make sure you subscribe to my channel as well as like my videos, and also share my content with your friends, relatives, family, your office colleagues, your work buddies, anyone. Okay, so let's get ahead and start the drawing. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Alright, so we're going to start with the basic sketching. Here's the reference photo, as you can see on the top left, and I'm just doing a very basic sketching here. In another video we're going to discuss in details how to sketch properly by using reference. So I'm just speeding up the video, so nothing to discuss about sketching here in this video in details. But yeah, I'm using the pencil in very light strokes, and I'm trying to do it fast over here. Wherever I make mistakes, I'm using eraser, and I try to do it as accurate as possible. It need not be the same, so yeah, so finally we have the sketch over here. Now we are going to do the first layer of shading with the HB pencil. So here we are with the first layer of sketching. If you observe, we just use these following pencils, as you can see over here: HB, 2B, 4B, 6B, 8B. Then I use blending stumps, eraser, and a paintbrush. Okay, so just put mild strokes like this in the direction of hair. So from the picture you can observe where the hair is flowing from downwards till upwards, or you can also sketch from up till down, but please make sure to follow the contour lines. So and don't put too much of pressure, and just go on putting lines like I have shown over here, and try to do them in very frequent numbers. So I'm just going to speed it. I'm just going to speed it up over here. As you can see, I'm just drawing the lines in the direction of the hair. Wherever there is more dark, you can put more hair, and wherever there is light parts, you can put less number of hairs. So finally we are done with the first layer of sketching with the HB pencil. Now I am going to use a 2B pencil to make the second layer of shading. The 2B is obviously more darker than the HB pencil, so I'm going to make the areas where there is more hair and which is darker, and I use the the 2B pencil for this. So currently I'm using the 2B pencil. The order of pencils depends on how much darkness you want to put. So since I'm using hair, and hair is usually black for Indians or many countries, so I'm taking the advantage of pencils over here, since usually lead is black in color. So I am using the same method like before, where I draw the lines, contour lines, and I follow the direction of which I have drawn the first layer of shading using the HB pencils. I make sure that wherever there is dark, I put more lines, wherever there is less, and wherever the light is falling and makes the area look like there is less hair, I put less number of hair over there. The darkness also depends on how much pressure you put with your pencils. So it's something like this, as you can see over here. I'm just going to speed it up. Take your time while making the shading, because it's not easy, usually I always keep the pencil tip very sharp, because it gives much better result. Some people also use the Tombow mono eraser, but currently I'm just using an eraser because I don't have the Tombow mono eraser with me right now. In another video we are going to use that, because it gives much better effect of hair. So you can see how I'm drawing the hair right over here. I'm just using the pencil, and then I am just drawing the second layer of hair. Please observe the picture carefully, and while you make the drawings, make sure to put the darkness in the correct areas. Wherever there is light, we don't want darkness over there, otherwise it won't give us a three-dimensional look. Alright, so when I am done using the 2B pencil once, what I do is I use the paintbrush and put another layer of blending, and this gives us a more silkier texture to the surface of the hair. When you do it, you will observe that also, and you will also please make sure that don't put too much of pressure, just put mild strokes and see that the blending is done properly. This is how I am doing it. So here I am speeding up the video in order to save some time. So once the blending is done, some areas you can also use the blending stump. So once done, what I am going to do is here I am using another layer of shading on top of the second layer, and this is also done using the 2B pencil. So if you ask me why, well, it's because I wanted to make some areas more darker, and before going ahead and using darker pencils than the 2B, I usually use the 2B pencil once again, and I'm trying to make it work better. So this is how my second layer, I mean the second layer, I can call it the 2.2 layer, right? So this is the second layer of the second layer which I'm using on top of the previous second layer, and this is also done using the 2B pencil. So this gives us a more darker areas to the hair, and yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. And just make sure you follow the lines, don't draw haphazardly, because it won't give us a silkiness texture, as you can see in the reference photo on the top left corner over here. Let's go ahead and speed up the video. Well, I made a lot of shading sketches. In another video I am going to share those. These sketches are not easy, I can understand, and I took my time as well. The main thing I would suggest is that try to take interest. If you like you're doing what you do, then things become much easier. So I love drawing, so that's what I wanted to do, and then this is what I'm doing, and so things have turned out much easier for me. Please keep in mind the light and shade areas. Where light is falling, we have to make them lighter, and wherever there is scarcity of light, we have to make them darker. If we observe in the reference photo, we can see that the top portion of the head and usually the center portion of the head has more lighted areas. So it gives us an idea that this light is falling from somewhere overhead, and usually we use lighter shades of pencil to make these areas more highlighted, such as HB or 2B. Don't go beyond 2B in these areas. At the most you can put lighter shades with the 4B pencil, and areas where there is very less light falling, those areas would usually be darker, such as this ponytail that I am drawing right now. These areas are very dark, so I usually use the 6B or the 8B to make these areas more dark. So currently I am using the 4B pencil, and after some time I am going to use the 8B pencil directly, because at the moment I don't have the 6B pencil with me right now. In another video I am going to use the 6B pencil as well, and we will observe the differences from this drawing on the next drawing. Alright, we have finished drawing with this 4B pencil. Okay, so I am using the 8B pencil to make the areas which are very dark, to make some actual dark hair, and usually the light decides which area will be dark and which area will be less darker. So 8B pencil is darker than the usual HB, 2B, 4B, 6B pencils. So yeah, as you can see in this drawing, the light decides where we are supposed to put the darker shades and where we are supposed to put the lighter shades. So once done, I again use the paintbrush to blend in the hair. This ensures that there is more silkiness to the texture, and I can also use a blending stump. It depends when we want to use. Usually the parts which are very thick hair, which have thick hair, those areas I'm using the blending stump to make them look more realistic. So that's about it. This is how I made my drawing. I hope you like my video, and with more practice and more patience and more time, we can make our drawings better. The more time we give to our drawing, the better it looks, because if you draw it in a hurry, we cannot put more attention to the details. And I took around an hour. I took 55 minutes to be more precise for this drawing. I would suggest keep on practicing, and I'm sure you'll get better. So I hope you like this video. So yeah, you can also use darker shades of pencil. I have not used anything above 8B. You can use 10B, that's not an issue, but it depends on which areas you want to make more darker and which areas you want to make lighter. Such as this portion, which is the knot where the ponytail starts, so you can use 10B to make it more darker. I'm using an 8B over here. Those areas where the shading, the shadow falls, the hair casts a shadow in those areas, right? So you can make those darker to give it a more realistic feel. The ponytail, though, I'm not drawing in details. That is for you to practice on your own, I would suggest. Please try to draw it, because I'm just drawing it very lightly over here. It took me around 2 to 3 minutes to do this part. You can use the HB pencil to draw the falling strands of hair. I would be showing those in a while now. The hair which is just falling from, you can see from the reference photo above. So those I am using the HB pencil to draw those flying strands of hair, because the HB pencil gives us finer results. And try to sharpen them, because these strands of hair are very thin, and they have to it should look like they are floating in the air, right? So and they should have the feeling that they are very light and very silky, and they're just flowing with the hair. So you can see that I'm using the HB pencil, and then I just draw them. I don't really think and I don't try to replicate whatever is given in the reference photo. So these strands of hair you can draw on your own. It need not be exactly like the reference photo, because that would rob us of our creativity. Some things we can also implement on our own, so that would really help us to improve our original thinking. And in later videos we shall try to draw from memory, and I'm not very expert in that, to be honest, but yeah, we will try that out as well. So these are some of the strands of hair just under the eye, and let's go ahead and end the video. I hope you like this, and if you like my content, if you have come this far, please make sure to leave a like, share my video, also follow me on social media as well, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The links to my social media are given in the description. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.